Hello, my name is Stuart Brunker and I'm the Business Development Director for Maxoptra. I'm really pleased you've taken the trouble to download this free trial of Maxoptra Delivery Management solution. Maxoptra is really easy to use and I'm going to show you a few tricks to get going really fast. Just before we start, you probably notice I'm working from home today, and if any of you are worried that maybe the entire company is based in my house, they're not. We employ about 200 people, so they definitely wouldn't fit. We've got a head office in central London, and we've got a sales centre down by the south coast in Brighton. As we speak today, probably around 300 customers globally using Maxoptra. So how do we get started with a Maxoptra free trial? As soon as we apply for the trial on the site, on our website, you'll notice you'll get a text box like this. You can certainly enter the trial here. Maxoptra does require Google Chrome or Firefox. So if you're using a different browser as your default, you need to cut and paste this link here into one of those two browsers. I'm not going to access it here. What I'm going to do is access it from an email. What you'll notice is that shortly after you've applied for the trial, you'll get an email which looks like this. And to access the trial, again, click on this box here and it will take me to the trial account that we've set up for you. So we just need to enter in the login credentials. Probably notice me moving left to right because I've got several screens here, and I'm going to cut and paste from the email into the browser. You'll probably notice I'm slow down speaking while I'm trying to do something, and that's because we're really bad at doing two things at once, which is a problem that the customer service staff have when they're trying to talk to a customer and calculate when somebody can arrive, which is exactly why you need a tool like Maxoptra. Anyway, let's crack on. As soon as you log on for the first time, you'll notice there's a video with some nice music that you can watch, and it gives you a brief overview of some of the key features. I'm not going to use that today because today I am the video. So, Maxoptra screen is divided into three elements. There's a Gantt chart here with a timeline with our vehicles, default values at the moment. We can change those. There's a map here, which at the moment is pretty empty. It's just showing where my distribution center is. And over here is where the orders to be planned will go. Obviously, we want to plan the orders, and Maxoptra will plan them in the most efficient way possible. But first of all, we need to get orders into the system. To do that, a couple of ways to do that. We can enter them manually by going to this button here. Click on that, up comes a form, and you can by all means enter orders manually that way. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is import orders using a CSV file. And this is how most of our customers use Maxoptra. So, using my email, you notice I'm looking left to right. I've got a couple of screens on the go here. You will notice on that email, we do actually provide a sample CSV file for you to use. So the first thing to do is to save that to a known location on my desktop, which I'm going to do using the standard, I use Outlook, so I'm using the normal Outlook method of doing that. Key thing is to remember where you save this file. I've set up a special folder, and I'm just going to import that, save it rather. I need to just check that it is saving as a CSV file, comma separated value file. That's the format that Maxoptra accepts. Usually it'll do that by default, but just check while you're doing that. So back to our trial account. Now I want to import this file, and so if I click on this box here, this little button here rather, you notice there are tooltips on most of the control buttons. Import file. Click on that. Look for my browse for my folder. Here it is. Click on that. Open and import. Maxoptra then imports those orders. Imported about 88 orders in this folder. As it imports them, it does actually check the postcodes. So now my screen's looking a bit busier. I've got all my orders down here, and as I hover over them, you can see there's little pieces of information that maybe you can research and look into later. Also, my map's got the orders, and we can do all sorts of things with the map. We can color code orders by type and so on and so forth. But I just wanted to show you how to basically get going today. So let's imagine I want to plan these orders. I go to the button here, the play button. It says run planning. If I hover over it, press on that, and Maxoptra will start planning these orders. When it does that, it takes account of things like driver's hours, vehicle capacities, customer time windows, access requirements, all those tricky constraints that make it really quite complicated for us to calculate this manually. But as you can see, Maxoptra is really good at number crunching all those different variables into a most cost-effective plan. And as you see, it probably did that in less than a minute. So there's my plan. You probably notice it's using straight lines. That's not because it's calculated straight line distances. It's to make it easier to see. I can actually look at actual roads if I click on this button up here that changes, but what we find is that most people use it as a more diagrammatic format to make adjustments easier. If I want to adjust the plan that Maxoptra done, I can do this, and it's normally the case. Most people want to make a few final adjustments. So, for example, I may decide that I want this order here to be on this route. So I go to the order, I click on it with my left mouse button, and I just drag it over. It's really easy. I can also, again, with my right button, click on the mouse and just pick a different vehicle that way. So loads and loads of ways of replanning. If I want to start again, I can unallocate all of the orders. There we go. And I can plan them again. And again, really, really quick at doing this. And this is a major time saving. Vast majority of our customers say they buy Maxoptra because it just makes life so much easier. That's about it, really, just to get you going. I'll leave you now to get on and have a play. Just going back to that email for a moment. There's some contact numbers there if you want to ring us up and ask any questions. There's an email for Antonio, who no doubt probably will be calling you later on to ask how you're getting on. And also there is a manual here. If you can click on here, it will take you to an online manual that'll tell you loads more about all the features and functionalities that Maxoptra has. So with that, I'll leave you and have some fun with Maxoptra. Thank you very much for your time.